What is a file? Whenever we talk of creating a file in our programs, in our computers, what is the use of making files?
Ma'am, for
A
combining
folder.
things and collecting them in one and safe place together.
Yes, so collecting data in one place, and maybe for future reference, if we wish to use, we open that same file, isn't it? Not only for the current program, but we use the data which is saved in the file for future reference also, isn't it? So
Yes, ma'am.
today's purpose of telling you about file handling is, like, if we have our text saved in a particular location, if our program is closed, like when we save it in a variable, when I close the program, the entire data is lost, and next time when we start with our code, we have to recreate the variables, re-enter the data, isn't it? But there is a method of permanently saving the data through our programs. So what we do, we transfer our data from the variables into the files. So what are files? Files are those locations in our hard disk which are used for permanent storage of data, where the data does not get erased even if our program is closed. आपने प्रोग्राम बंद कर दिया, आपने सिस्टम को शट डाउन कर दिया, उसके बाद भी आपकी फाइल एग्जिस्ट करेगी. अगर आप कल प्रोग्राम चलाते हो तो सेम डेटा यू कैन यूज अगेन टुमारो, right? So file handling is an important aspect of any programming language because it allows us to permanently save the data for future reference, which normally variables cannot do. Okay, so the importance of file handling is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can raise hand if you are clear on the topic why we are studying file handling. You can raise hand if you are clear why we are studying file handling. Tanika, Udantika, is there still any doubt why we are studying file handling?
Yes, ma'am. Please explain again.
Okay, so we basically, when we create our programs, we store the data in our variables, right? And next time when I run that same program, I have to re-enter the data into the variables because variables are lost. The moment I switch off the program, whenever I shut down my program computer, all the data which is there in the variables, it is all erased. But if I want to store the data permanently and I want to refer it in future, okay, like the databases, like student data, like patient details, all these must be stored permanently, like students performance details. So if I want to store the details permanently, I need some permanent storage location. So for that I need files. So what we are going to learn is how to create a program in Python which can transfer the data from variables into permanent storage location, which is file. Okay, and that file is stored in which memory? It is stored in hard disk.
Hard disk.
Yes. And where are the variables being created? Where do we
Yes.
create variables? In the main memory, that is your random access memory, right? So to transfer the data from main memory to random access to hard disk is the task of this today's coding. Okay, how we can store files in the hard disk through Python programs. Okay, okay, Devansh, you can continue now.
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, we will start with a text file. Okay. So we will declare a file sample is equals to open. I have not created this file till now. So when I will run the program first time, it will create a text file with name div. Okay. Oh, the second parameter in this variable is w. Okay, so there are many types of parameters like I have specified a word w equals to, w means write. It clears all the context and write the given string. Okay. So I've given this string, Devansh is a coder /n, he is a good boy. So when I run this code, it will first make a file named dev, and then it will write Devansh is a coder and he is a good boy in that file. Okay, if as I have print a, this means he will calculate the numbers of characters which is writing and print that, and then we'll close the file. It is important to close the file or the data will not be saved. Okay, so let's try. Okay, it shows 40 and it makes the file here. So when I open the file as this, Devansh is a coder and then next line he is a good boy.
Now, why the second line is coming in new line?
Because I have added this.
Yes. So please take care of this \n character. This is a character which introduces a new line into the text. So this first line will come in line 1 and then there will be a new line. Kanika, just confirm if you can see line 5. Kanika is saying your screen is freezed. You can stop the share and start again.
I hope now it's okay.
Please confirm, is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can see it created a text file named dev. Then he write Devansh is a coder, and then next line he is a good boy.
Kanika, you
There is
can
a
check your internet connection if you can't see the screen. Because I can see.
but in this function,
Okay, fine.
it clears all the contents in the file and then writes it. Okay, if I remove this and hide, then I save it and close it. Now if I run the code again and I will open the file again, you can see hi is cleared and Devansh is a coder, he is a good boy is printed. Okay, so this was the first function w, which writes in the given file, it clears all the content and writes the given string dot write. The second function is a, which means append. The main function between write and append is write clears the old contents in the file, but append does not clear it. Okay, so first of all, it will open the file, then we will add file sample dot write hello. It will add hello, and then we will close the file. Let me close it. We run the program. You can see hello is added. Or if I added this \n, if I run it again, let me delete this, control it. Now hello will be printed in the next line when I open it. You can see it. Hello is in the next line. Okay, is this fine? Is these two topics are clear? Points. Anyone has a doubt? Can tell.
Devansh, I guess your screen is freezed. Ma'am, can you see his screen?
It is
Jane.
visible.
All right.
Are these 2 points clear to everybody? Please confirm.
You can raise your hand in case you don't have any doubt. Yes. Yeah.
Please interact in this topic. If you will not interact, you cannot memorize all this thing. It's very deep topic.
Right.
Please.
All right. Udantika, any doubts?
No,
All right.
actually
Yes.
my hand is not raising. There's a glitch. I don't know why.
All right. In case you're not able to raise your hand, you could just unmute and say that.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Okay,
I guess we
so
can move on.
yes. So the next is R. Okay, this means read. It will only read the file in normal. It will not make it in binary or any other thing. It will only read. So let us see this. So you can see content equals to file dot sample dot read. So this 3 means it will only read the first three characters in this file, which will be dev. So when I run this, it will print dev only. Okay. Yes, you can see dev. If I copy and paste this command again, so what do you think it will print? It will print dev again or any other characters will be printed. Anyone who can answer this question? Yes, Anshika. Any one of you can answer. Ayati, Anshika, Tanika. What will it print again? Once it will print dev, and after dev, what will it print? Anyone? Okay, so now first it will read these three values, then it will in next line print these three. After this, these three. Okay, let us see. As you can see, first it will print dev, then it will print ANS. Okay. So second is read line. Okay, it reads the line. In this, it will read the first line only. Okay. He only printed Devansh is a coder. Okay. If I printed, if I copy this again, now it will print both the line Devansh is a coder and he is a good boy. Okay. If I wrote this again the third time, he has read all he will read all first the two lines, then what will he read? Okay, so it will give us hello. In third line there was hello. Okay, and if we these two function were dot read line, so this will first read first line, then it will read the second line, but this was dot read lines, so every line which is remaining it will read. Okay, if I comment out these two lines, then it will print all the Devansh is a coder, he is a good boy, hello, all in the square brackets. Okay, as you can see, in a single line it will print.
Can you please tell me how what is the representation for, I mean, what the square brackets represent? Is there something special the square brackets indicate in Python? What does the square bracket indicate in Python? You can see the
Ayati,
you can
Anshika.
square bracket, then first line is coming in the codes. Devansh is a coder, then he is a good boy, and then hello. So these are the three strings which are enclosed in square brackets and they are separated by comma. So what does this actually mean? What these square brackets indicate?
Yes, Ayati, you are right. These indicates a list.
Very good.
I hope these two was also clear to everyone. Read line and dot read. If any doubt, you can tell me. And please remember, when you do file handling, it is very important to close the file. So never forget file, the name of the file which you have given, and dot close. If you will don't close it, it will never work. So now there's a new function called RB, reading the file in binary mode. Okay. Okay, so now you can see he reads the file in binary. Okay, he prints B. We define this is a binary. Then in single apostrophe, Devansh is a coder, /r/n. He is a good boy, /r/n. Okay, in binary, these means then space and new line. I hope this is clear to everyone. I request everyone to please try first these all 4 functions, then we will proceed to the last function. And please open your IDs and try all these functions.
And as soon as you are done with the execution, you can raise your hands. Execution of all the commands.
Any problem, you can tell us.
Excuse me, Bhaiya.
Yes,
Have we done the RB part?
yes,
Can
yes,
you
I
please
showed.
explain this once? Actually, I got disconnected.
Okay. Okay, if we run this, it will just print B, which means binary, then single. Devansh is a coder, /r/n. He is a good boy, /r/n.
Thank you.
Meaning of binary in computers. What do you mean by binary? Binary is a number system which responds to which represents 0 and 1, right? And 0 here is absence of current and 1 here is presence of current in case of electronic devices. So all electronic devices, they basically work on the electronic pulses, right? So binary is which is close to the machine language, which is combination of 0 and 1. Text is something which is very close to human language, that is, which consists of either decimal numbers or alphabets A to Z, that too in capital as well as small. Along with that, the special characters which we use for punctuations and all, right? So basically, text language we can understand very well, right? But computer cannot understand the textual language. It needs to be converted into machine form. So whenever we talk of text file handling, like a text file reading or writing, basically computer is going to put it into the memory in the binary format only. So there is a translation that happens while saving the data in the text file. Now that translation is an added step. It takes the processor's processing capabilities. It occupies that processor's time to convert the text language into binary form, because computer can only store the binary format, right? Up, just to make it more faster and understandable directly by computer, what we do is we convert the data into binary mode. We do the file handling in the binary mode. So binary mode is very close to machine language, and the data is stored directly into the computer understandable form in case of binary mode, right? So you can see the difference. जब हमने text file का output देखा, वो बिल्कुल वैसा दिख रहा था जैसा हमने डाला है, लेकिन जब हम बाइनरी फाइल की आउटपुट को देखेंगे अपनी स्क्रीन पर, तो वो हमें बिल्कुल अंडरस्टैंडेबल जैसा नहीं दिखेगा. वो उसमें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा कैरेक्टर्स आपको दिख सकते हैं, लाइक यू कैन सी हियर \r, \n इज ऑटोमेटिकली एडेड. देयर इज अ स्पेशल कैरेक्टर b which is put in the beginning of the binary file. So that indicates that it is not a normal text file, it is a binary file, right? So binary files are converted files. Basically, these are files which are computer understandable mode. The files which are in computer understandable mode. So some additional symbols may be added, and these can be because the file is read and written in the binary mode. So that is the difference between text file handling and binary file handling. Okay, and that is specified with the help of the file mode. After giving the name of the file, you can see the name of the file dev.txt, और फिर उसके बाद लिखा है RB. Now it is not just R, it is RB. RB means it is the binary mode in which the file is being, and you can see the name of the function is like read, but you can also say load and dump. These are the two functions in binary mode that you can just leave it for right now, but later if you pursue Python programming language and you read binary file handling, you will be coming to know about load and dump functions, right? So but you must understand that binary mode is the mode of zeros and ones, right? And these zeros and ones, or the binary language which computer can understand, is a better way of working with the files. So binary mode is preferred over text files. Okay.
Has everyone tried these four?
Have you tried the text file programs, reading, writing, appending into the file? Are you facing any problem, any error?
If you have tried all these and you are facing no problem, you can raise your hand. Please try. If you will not try, you will not remember it.
Who would like to share the screen for execution of the code?
Okay, rhythm is doing what about else? Ayati, Anshika, Kanika, Mitali, Udantika. Please tell if you are trying, if you are doing it. If you have any problems, please tell. Okay, and Chika is also trying. Ayati, Kanika, Udantika. Kanika is also doing.
Your screen share has stopped.
Yes, ma'am, I have stopped this sharing.
Then you just post the snapshot in the chat window so that if they need the help of
Yes.
Can we do, Devansh, in the next class? Can we do something related to NLP? The voice command systems, like you did with the voice command, do any Google search.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
We can try out this then in the next class.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes, Bhavnu?
ma'am, I guess that would like shoot up the level of the sessions. That might be a bit difficult to understand and difficult to like execute as well.
So what actually they need for that?
Ma'am, like we can start, but we cannot like completely do it in the next class. Uh,
It
library by
will
library,
take
they need to know
2 classes
at
for the
least
proper
2 or
explanation.
3.
Each library, Google search, library, Wikipedia, music.
Okay.
We can start in next class, but we will take 2 classes.
That is no problem. We can start. I don't think so that any other previous knowledge is required. I mean, they are aware about list and strings.
No, oh yes, ma'am. Only the modules will be new
Modules are required.
and some type of functions.
Functions also you told last time, I suppose.
Yes, ma'am. I told function.
Ma'am,
So
a couple of things like a couple of things related to the machine, like there are some things that need some prior knowledge. That's why it will take some time.
okay, we can plan out
Yes,
about
ma'am. Absolutely.
interactive activity, because like list, strings, and functions they have already done. So some kind of interactive activity
Okay,
in the next class.
sure.
File handling this time they have done.
Today, after file handling, I will introduce them to date time also.
Okay, that will be interesting. Is anyone facing any problem? You can see the code is being copied into the chat window. Snapshot of the code, reading and writing. Only basic things are required, like you create a file once and then read it once. These two basic codes you have to practice.
Is everyone done with it? Utantika, Rhythm, Mithali, Kanika, Anshika, Kayati.
Anyone having any doubts? Ayati, Anshika, Kanika, Mitali, Rhythm. Please tell. Have you done trying it? Okay, so the next is the last for today is read and write. Okay, so first it will open the file. It will tell the position of the pointer in text file. It will read that line. Let me open the file and see. So if I enter hi one, okay. So let me say it. Okay. So first it will, you can see now my pointer is in first line. Okay. So it will tell the position which is 0 now. Then it will read that line. Okay. Let me So it printed 0 and he printed the first line. Devansh is a coder. Okay. Then these two. It will change the position of the cursor to 52 and then read that line. 54, sorry. So when he moved it 54 times, then he came at this line. So he printed Devansh. First he printed 54, which means now the position of pointer is 54, and now then he printed the read line. Okay, then in tell he will tell us. Now where is my this? I moved my this so it becomes 63. Okay, so this was a R plus, which is read and write. I hope it is clear to all. And a small fact, or what we can say it, if we if we do like this with open, then we open the file, and then if we read the file, okay, as we open with open, so this is no, we don't have to write f dot close. Okay, this means with this with open, we can first we will open the file and we will do everything, but it is not compulsory, it's not required to close the file. Okay, as you can see, we printed the whole file here. It's part of the file, and now it's not that, so we didn't wrote that file dot sample 2 dot close. Okay, it worked without it only. The last 2 points clear to everyone? Shan, Udantika, Ayati, Anshika, Mitali, Kanika, Ridham. Any doubt?
No, for me.
Okay, Ridham clear. Anyone has any doubts in the whole topic of the file handling? Okay, the second topic is date time. So this is a module, or this is a library in which we can, it tells about date and time, to be clear, using Python. Okay, so first we need to import date time, then we will do it. We declared a variable, we can use anything like a datetime dot now dot, then we will provide the format of the date in which we want it. Okay, so this is I. So in date time, I means in 12-hour format. We need hours in 12 hours format. Okay, I. M means minutes, S means seconds, and P means that AM or PM. So okay, so if we want in this, let me print it first. Just sorry, I changed it. It was only this one. This is string of time to be printed like this. Okay, so when we print it, shell. Okay, so it printed the time is 03:44:34 p.m. Okay, if I change this to H, when I run it, you can see it is showing 15. It converted the 3 p.m. into 24-hour format and printed 15. Okay, this was that you can get the time of a specific moment. Okay, then we can also print the date of today. It printed the date 2021-09/4.
Devansh, where will it pick the date and time from?
So date and time module has a function where it checks the date and time at every single second.
And it takes it from the system clock. Just confirm, Bhavnoor. It takes it from the system clock, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Sort of. It's like it tracks the IP address of the device, and then according to that, it returns the date time.
Yes.
Like
So
if in this case, I'm in Delhi.
GM it takes the time zone of the IP address and then gives us the
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
So whatever is reflected in your system, whatever system time your system shows, I think Devansh, it is that same date and time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So whatever is being set in your system, you can see on the right hand bottommost corner. You can see the date time is there. So this particular date and time can be fetched into your Python program. तो अगर आपने जैसे डेट ऑफ इशू लेनी है, अभी आप किसी को बुक इशू कर रहे हो तो आपको डेट ऑफ इशू ऑफ बुक चाहिए. अगर आपको कोई बिल जनरेट करना है विद डेट एंड टाइम तो वहाँ पर आपको सिस्टम डेट चाहिए, सिस्टम टाइम चाहिए. So for these purposes, this particular module is very useful, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this helps you bring the date and time into your Python program. अब Python program के अंदर जो a वेरिएबल आपका प्रिंट हो रहा है उसके अंदर आपका सिस्टम डेट और सिस्टम टाइम आ रहा है. ठीक है? You can manipulate it later in your program.
Okay, so in the next we will learn that we can fetch a particular this. We can get R, okay, if we don't want the whole date time. This will be used in that NLP. I will tell you later how, okay. So as we want the system, the system to greet us at good evening, good morning, okay, good afternoon. So it will use this only if the R value is greater than uh,
Yes.
greater than equal to 12, so it will print good afternoon. It would
Yes.
be greater than equal to 18, it will print good evening. So we can only get R, the value of R from this dot now dot R. Here we took dot R dot date. Okay, so these are the different type of functions. If I seconds, so it will only print seconds, 41 seconds. I can get month also. Month. Okay, so it print 9, which is September. I can get year also. 2021. Okay. So it can print all the values like year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and all the values. Okay. In this case, I provided the coder date. Just a second. From the time info. Okay. So I gave him a date 2021, comma 9, comma 4, which is today's date only, 4th September 2021. So now it will print, first it will print the year, then it will print the month, then it will print the day or date, the specific day, which is 4th. And now you can see 2021, 9, 4. If I change it, it will print according to it.
And if you just print dates, what it will print?
Now prints that what we have provided, date time dot date, and then brackets 2021 comma 9 comma 4.
If you print dates dot date, dates dot now या ऐसा कुछ, हाँ नहीं dates dot date करो, dates dot date करो, date function, function. It is not an attribute. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, because dates is a list. So
Okay, yes, it is a list.
So there's a question for everyone here. If we want to print the continuous time, which what should I say? Okay.
Like a timer.
Yes, ma'am. Like a clock.
Who is
Like
time?
a clock, it prints like the. Now, if I print this, okay, it is giving me. It is giving me 351.41. So the next time it should go in a loop. It print 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, like that. A clock. Anyone who can tell how we can do this? Hint is while using while loop. With using while loop. Anyone who want to try this? Ayati, Anshika, Kanika, Ridham,
Anshika, would you like
Mudantik.
to answer?
Can you tell the code for this if we want to print a clock changes time after every 1 second? Anyone? Let me tell you how.
I don't know.
So that we will, this is a small code of 3 lines. Okay, just a second. So as date time dot time, to make it only time, we can write from date time import time. So in this case, we were not required to date time dot time. We can only use time here. If we want to, if you need to short the code in number of characters, we can also use this. Okay, so it will do in the same line. It will print this now time, then it will give some space, then the time, we give him a time of sleep. The time for sleep is 1 minute, 1 second. So after 1 second, it will first we will give while true. While true means the loop is infinite. It will never stop until we end the loop, end the program. Okay. So it will first print this time, then it will go for sleep for 1 second. After 1 second, the program will run again. The statement will run again. It will print the time. Okay, let me. Sleep is not.
Devansh, I guess you should just import time. It's another library that would do the work.
Okay.
And just comment out the above. Yeah.
As you can see, I cannot zoom this, but you can see here it is a continuous clock.
Can you all please tell me, if you are all observing the code as well as the output? Can you please tell me here why the line is not changing and the same date and time is time is being displayed in the same line? Anything special is done in print statement?
Ma'am, I think that happens only when we write slash n at the end of the code.
But I have not written slash n at the end of the code. Or
There is no slash n here. Observe what is there. Slash r.
Slash r.
Slash r. Return back to the first place in the same line. Slash n is to go to the new line.
next.
Another line.
कैरिएज रिटर्न मतलब आपका जो कर्सर है वो जहां पर भी है वहां से फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे वापस आ जाएगा, लाइन में फर्स्ट कैरेक्टर पे वापस आ जाएगा. And then overwriting of the time is taking place after every 1 second. There is a sleep of 1 second. This will allow you to see the change. Otherwise, this change will happen so fast you won't be able to see. This sleep is there because of this sleep only. You can see the change happening. The ticking clock effect is coming up because of the sleep. So if you are making any kind of a quiz or any kind of an time based activity where you want to show the clock, so you can do that here. Okay, so I hope you all will try this. The time of the class is almost over. If anybody has any, you can stay.
We can also,
You
if
can
we
get
don't want seconds, we can also make it for minutes. Okay, we will do only for hour, minute, and the time of sleep will go to 60. And then if we'll kill the program. If we run again, thank you everyone for attending today's class.
Thank you, Bhaiya, and thank you, ma'am.